So, hello and welcome on board, everybody. Catalyst has been a very integral part of Soliton that we've been running for more than 7 years now successfully. From fighting for that last bit of chocolate to the rushed presentations, Catalyst has so many memories and it means so many things to so many of us. Today, we have a few of our Solitons all here to express and reminisce those beautiful memories and share with us more insights about how Catalyst actually happens at Soliton. So let's welcome Arjun, Govardhanam, Prithvi, and Karthik on board. I will be your host today. I am Shalini Kandan. So, Arjun, I would like to go with the first question for you. Why, in the first place, did we start Catalyst at Soliton? What was the spark that initiated it?
Yeah, it's an inspiration from the TV show Shark Tank. But what we did, we started by having little mini challenges in that first year of 2014 or 2013. And it was creating a lot of creative energy and engineering excitement. And we also ran hackathons like other companies. And those excitement was very clearly visible, but those were all single day events, right? But what we also discovered is people have their own pet projects, creative ideas in their mind, and they usually talk about it during their discussions, lunch conversations. So we thought we should create a platform where people can share their pet projects and take it a little bit further by giving them some bandwidth or some more resources by which they can see their ideas, bring their ideas to life. And that is how we started Catalyst. So we did give them some resources for them in terms of the bandwidth through the interns who usually join Soliton, and they work with them for 3 months and show some prototypes based on what they have built with that interns, and that became more like a 3-4 month of excitement, and that's how it all started, and we still continue to have it for so many years now.
That's awesome, Arjun. From a small pantry chit chat talk to a legacy event at Soliton, we've come a long way with Catalyst. So, next, I'd like to go with you, Gordonam. Uh, what do you like most about Catalyst? You've been participating for so many years and pitching ideas. What's the thing that you like the most about it?
Yes, Shalini. So yeah, as you mentioned, like I've been participating in Catalyst for 3 years. First year as an intern, and the rest of the 2 years as an mentor. So I like this part where we pitch the ideas to the sharks and convincing them make a sell, right? So that is the most important thing I like in this Catalyst. So while chit chatting, right, it might be like we will talk about all ambitious ideas, and that is a different story. But when it comes to pitching it to the shark, right, you have to give them all the necessary points to convince them. So there was one scenario like I went with a very ambitious idea. Like everyone at the first time, like they were all thinking, "What is this, man? Is it a game or something?" That's how their reactions were when I pitched an idea. But the sharks were like really. I see there was some interest. They had some confidence, and they gave me an opportunity for me to get back to them with further details, like do some market analysis. They want to understand what is the scope of this market, and I went for a second round, and I went very confident with all those convincing points. Like I did a very strong market research saying, okay, this is the total year on year spend on this particular market that I was sharing an idea on. And yeah, the second time I was able to convince all the judges, and they gave me an opportunity, and it was a very nice experience for me.
So, from an engineer to an entrepreneur, the thought process just gets
Yes,
holistic here.
yes, 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 Shalini.
Thank you for that, Goa. So, Karthik, how has Catalyst helped you in shaping up your career? What have been your learnings from Catalyst?
Okay, so one learning is doing the market study. So that usually we have a lot of ideas and we usually are like the idea is our own baby, right? We usually don't go and research the competition. One is we might have a slight afraidness or thought process that there might be a better product available and we don't want to drop our idea. So this is something that we got on our own. But yeah, finally, when you want to pitch to the judges, right, you have to go and do that market study, do that critical analysis to make sure that is this something that could be worth pursuing, or do you want to go for a better idea? So that doing that market study and making sure that we come up with a better idea that will be able to, there's a better chance of success in the market. So that is one good learning. The other is on the execution wise itself. So even if it's a very good idea, if it's a very good product or whatever we are building, the other thing is whether it attains the product market fit, or whether it accepts, whether the user is accepting the product or not, which is basically like how many users are wanting to use the product on their own without any external push. So that is another key learning that I have been through the last few Catalyst projects.
Okay, thank you for that, Karthik. Prithvi, you worked exclusively as an intern in Catalyst 2018. And what was your first thought on hearing this, and how did it feel working with Karthik?
So yeah, actually, the first time I heard like, okay, this is something that that will be used for as a preparation, right? Rather than straight away jumping into project, I thought this would be a perfect bridge between onboarding the transition from college student to the engineers. I mean, the professionalism, right? So that's what the first thought I had on hearing this. And more than that, it actually provides a lot of opportunity for the fresher to as a fresher I learned a lot during this period. It was a very big very deep and steep learning curve for me, this catalyst, right? So it was like within 2 weeks or 3 weeks I learned a complete tech stack, and then I had to jump into development to build the complete application, right? So that was something very exciting and challenging as a fresher, like coming from college, right? That's the key point I realized. Like it really helped me bridge, and it just gave me a challenge, and yeah, that's a
So it's been more of a platform to prove to yourself what your
yeah.
potential is. Okay, that's a very nice note. Arjun, each of them have told how Catalyst has impacted them as individuals. But what has been the impact of Catalyst on Soliton as an organization? How do you see that?
So yeah, I think Soliton is made up of people, and as people learn and grow, we also grow along with it. Through the Soliton, the Catalyst program, there are a couple of impact that we could see. One is interns, like what Prithvi was saying, he is getting more deeper and faster exposure to technology, and they get to work on some real projects instead of something that is like more like an assignment or things like that. So they get more exposed to real projects, and they become more skilled in whatever that they are learning through this program. So that is one direct impact. And the other impact is, if you see, engineers like Karthik and Goa are also doing market study, product market fit, and they are all getting more business oriented. And that is actually important for us when we are going and working with our customers. We want to help them build products that are more fitting for the customer needs, and not just building something that is just very good to build, right? So building that business knowledge and experience and exposure through this program has also been very valuable for us in our other project execution.
And as an evaluator all these years, what has been your favorite project, Arjun? One
Yeah.
thing that you still remember.
Yeah, so when we started Shark Tank in the first initial years, we used to get very tech heavy projects. So they will be like, okay, we want to do something creative to like stretch the limits of technology, right? And like there was a team that actually did the machine learning contest through Kaggle, uh, and surprisingly they also won, right? They won the second prize in the Kaggle competition, and through that they we also got to like know that we are also capable of machine learning expertise. The competition was about predicting the winner of NCAA basketball competition, which none of our guys who work out of India have any clue about who is the strongest team, but still they were able to work with the data and figure out a way by which they predicted and they got the second prize. So those kind of technology excellence works, right? But the favorite project for me is more like what Govardhanam in this call and his team worked. So they came up with an idea of a technology that can be fit on a sniper rifle, right, to improve the accuracy of the shot. So we as a company, we are totally into semiconductor, medical, and we have no exposure to the defense area. And we told Goa that this is, I mean, the team that, okay, we have no clue if this is going to be really acceptable or needed in the market. But when we raised that as a challenge, the team, who are all just engineers, right? They figured out ways to go and reach out to DRDO, Bharat Electronics, and many other companies who do these kind of sniper rifles, and they actually made cold calls, right? They wrote emails, they went to defense conferences, met people, and of course they figured out the idea is not going to work. But just that whole drive to go and do whatever it takes, right? It's a great learning and experience for us to see from our engineers.
So it's been all about reinforcing the thought that pushing up boundaries is very important. And kudos to you, Goa, for pushing all those boundaries and going out for this. So the crown is finally on you. So we know what you've gone through and all the expected things. Tell me about the unexpected discoveries you had from Catalyst. What side of you did you discover?
Okay. So during the start of my career, I used to identify myself as a hardcore engineer. But through this catalyst is when I realized that I do have some skills which an entrepreneur needs, like the basic thing of market study, how to convince people, how to pitch your idea and sell your idea. So selling happens everywhere. Like when I have something and when I want the other person to get convinced, right? That is where the selling happens, right? And yeah, so this actually the Catalyst program actually molded my career in Soliton. So I used to be an engineer for the first 3 years, and then I got into business development role. And the key reason is Catalyst. So as Arjun mentioned, like I with my team was able to take different steps, like talk to different people to validate our idea and how to build a minimum viable product, right? So I just can't go to these people and straight away talk out of the air. I need to show them some demo just to get their initial attention, make an elevator pitch to them. So how to design an MVP which is really impactful, right? These kind of things were my real good learnings in Catalyst. And apart from this, I never imagined like I would be able to mentor a team in a very short span of time. So I realized that I also had some good people skills through this program. These interns, they get introduced to you, and within a short span of 1 month or 3 weeks, you should be able to deliver something. So how you have to closely connect with them, that is pretty much more important, and how to train them, mentor them, and not as a lead. Like you have to work along with them to get things done. So this thing builds a very good bond between the juniors and the seniors, right? This program is bridging that gap, as Prithvi mentioned. And apart from this, the creativity quotient and the innovation part. So there is lot of triggers that can go along into this program, which will help us to realize our own strengths like this. And yeah, I'm really thankful for Soliton giving us this opportunity. Not many companies has this catalyst, right? Yeah.
So I think our title should be Govardhanam Rediscovered. What?
True, true, true. Very much.
Okay. So, Prithvi and Karthik, you both have worked in the same team and you're working in the same team this year as well. So, how has Catalyst shaped your relationship, the banter between you, and how good has this experience been for you? What's your fondest memory?
Okay, so one is this Catalyst is a very good place where you get to know about engineers outside your team. So I have been working primarily in LabVIEW and test and only through Catalyst I had exposure to other technology stacks. So Prithvi is currently a full tech web stack developer, whereas I have zero exposure to web. But we did go and do a project combining web, database, and Python. We had three different interns, and we gave one tech stack to one person, and we had no exposure on that. I did get 1% from Python to mentor, so yeah, getting to exposure of getting to know the members outside your tech stack, right? You know, if you're working in a particular tech stack, you will probably interact with the engineers who in that particular domain. But Catalyst is a place where you probably for creating a product, you might have to bring multiple tech stacks together. So you also form people outside your domain. So that experience of working with engineers outside your domain and also getting to know about the tech stacks outside your tech stack, right? That learning, like getting that exposure of how this tech stack behaves and comparing with our tech stack. So that is a good learning. So that is one key thing I was able to get out of Catalyst other than over so many projects that I have done through the years, right? Compared to that, this is one key different thing that I was able to get out of Catalyst. Yeah, Prithvi.
Yeah, as Karthik mentioned, like I was a fresher, right? That's the catch here. Like I didn't know LabVIEW, WebTech, nothing. So I just came in. So I actually joined the team late actually. So my friends were there in the in the team, and I joined late in Soliton. So at that time, okay, I told them like I know Java. So they told like okay, he knows JavaScript, and then took me in. So then I had to learn JavaScript, and it was so challenging that then as Karthik said, right, it was a very versatile team. Like I was completely working on JavaScript and one part of the application, and they were working on Python and other things. Like it's a complete different two different applications as a whole for the project, right? So it was very challenging. I remember having discussions with Karthik like for mock-ups, right? Like I will design something for the front end, and then I'll show it to him, and he will say like okay, change these and things, and then I'll change and go back, and he'll again say like okay, change these. So it was like it went like lot of iterations where so as he said, right, like it was a very good experience in the beginning, and even now now as me and Karthik are doing another project, like till now there wasn't much opportunity for me to discuss with Karthik or the other team members that I have right now, right? They all are from different teams and collaborations, right? So it gives a good meaning visibility of other people in particular, like to team up and work with other meaning completely different tech stack, right? Think think that. So that's a very good exposure that I had working in a Catalyst project.
Okay. So, from Java Sundaration to finally web stack Prithvi. That's been the transformation, right?
Yeah, completely.
Okay. Arjun, one final question to you. How do you see Catalyst evolving in the coming years? Where do you see it?
Yeah. So yeah, it all started as an engagement activity and learning activity, but over time, after we have been running it for 7 years. So we started hearing more questions about what's next. I come with an idea, I create a prototype. We actually have an event where we will declare the winners, runners, and we have rewards for all of that. But after that, we don't do anything with these ideas. And this has been like a popular request or a need that people have started highlighting, like we should take these ideas forward, right? So this year, what we have told people that if you have uh, a powerful idea and you are able to make the right level of study and show the need in the market, we will actually find ways to take those idea forward by giving more additional bandwidth and maybe giving more mentorship and not letting those ideas die after, right? So we are hoping to get more, creative ideas that will sell, and then we would like to also support those ideas and make it into a real product or services, whatever is being recommended. So we are very curious to see. We have almost 7-8 teams already signed up, and we will have few more. uh, we are very eager to see few of them take their wings, and that's why the tagline, the catalyst, where ideas get wings. So we hope for that this year.
That is truly awesome to see these ideas actually go out as products would be really great. And I think it will mean quite a lot to every Soliton who works on it. So wishing
Yeah.
you all good luck and thank you for spending so much time and looking forward to all your projects.